What's up, YouTube? This is Wawa Echo. My name is Zach, and we're here for the Smackdown Survey for March 6th, 2018. This is the go-home show for Fastlane, so we better be in for some good stuff. Unfortunately, I don't know about that, but we will go through the card, as always, and give the parts that I enjoyed an up, parts that I didn't enjoy a down, and of course, as always, if I miss anything, or if you agree or disagree with a certain point, let us know in the comments below. Hit the like button on this video. So, without further ado, let's get going into the first segment of the night, which is something that they don't do every week. The women actually opened up this show, and not only that, but it didn't have to do with the main event. Whoa! But anyway, so we did have Charlotte. She came out and she was being interviewed by I don't even know her name. I Dasha Fuentes, or something like that. I don't know. And of course, Ruby Riott and the Riot Squad came out, and they were had sort of this work shoot type promo, which I've always said is the laziest type of promo, because you're taking real life instances and like making them into storylines. And I mean, okay, I get it. Like you want to make wrestling more believable, but like we see so many storylines and so many promos that work without having to bring too much reality into it. And so but whatever, and so by that I mean like work. This is being a workshoot promo. Is that Ruby Riott did have some points about Charlotte making it just because of her last name, just because of who her dad is, and whatever. However, I used to feel the same way, even though she came in sort of being more known as just Charlotte, and then once she became like this undefeated person at pay-per-view. She started becoming known as Charlotte Flair. I used to think that. I used to think she's getting everything, like she's earning it in the ring, but she's getting everything because she's a Flair. But the more I see of her in the ring and even promo work is, it kind of falls flat most times. But I mean, she does well in the ring. She does well as a competitor. So she's kind of earned it in a way. So, like, using that excuse in March of 2018, after she's been here for a few years, and she's been in NXT and she's made a name for herself. Um, and plus, not many people call her Charlotte Flair. It's just Charlotte. So, but I do understand the opinion. However, I disagree. And then Charlotte comes back, and they just have some back and forth, and it seems like their Riot Squad is about to attack Charlotte when Bobby Roode, her mixed match challenge partner, and seems to be more than just that, comes out and sort of keeps that from happening, and then he's out apparently just out for commentary for the next match, and so I think he was just doing both. But I'm gonna give this promo an up because this really set the tone for the Fastlane match, which is something I was looking for, especially since the Ruby Riott versus Charlotte just kind of seemed thrown together. I mean, it seemed like the most obvious choice because the Riot Squad came in, they started like the first week, dominating and just destroying everything in their path. And I feel like they should have done that up until the leader of the Riot Squad faced off the women's champion in a match. But it does seem like that has just kind of fallen flat now, and now it's just seen as a random match. One point that Riot did make during the promo, which was interesting, is that we finally get an explanation for the Riot Squad's existence. Is that the Ruby Riott said that Charlotte and the Women's Revolution it made the Riot Squad. They made the Riot Squad as a response to the Women's Revolution and everything. And so I mean, I don't knock people off their pedestals, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, but like I said, this promo did a very good job at hyping up. While I'm not too interested, obviously, in the match at Fastlane, I'm still. This makes me buy into it a little more. So, I mean, we'll go with it. It's whatever. Decent promo work by both. Well done. You deserve the up. The first match of the night saw Randy Orton, who is the challenger for Fastlane for the U.S. title, facing off against Jinder Mahal. Another match that we've seen a million times. And every time it's the same thing. These matches become so formulaic. It seems like Orton has so much control over Mahal. And in this match was a little different. Mahal seemed to have more control, but Orton seems to have just the pace of the match in his hands, doing what he wants, and then one of the Singh brothers comes in and distracts him, and then Jinder Mahal picks up the victory after a Colossus freaking down. Stupid. I don't like it. I don't like Jinder Mahal, and it's not just because he's Indian. You know, I even gave Great Khali a chance at one point because I thought maybe this dude can be something, and he was nothing. Jinder Mahal is the same way. He's way too set up and way too just anti-American. Like he's way too scripted. And just awful. So it gets it down, and I'm just moving on. No more saying about that. Um, Next match we have Becky Lynch facing off against Miss Money in the Bank Carmella. And we have some back and forth action going on here, and it was pretty intriguing with Carmella keeping most of the match to herself. Becky Lynch obviously getting some good offense. Eventually, she does lock the disarm her onto Carmella and uh, submits Carmella for the victory. And so Becky Lynch wins, and that's an interesting decision, and I'm guessing I won't call it the wrong decision, but I do say that Carmella needs to look credible for her cash in, which we still don't know when that is. But this does keep Carmella in our minds and saying, hey, remember she has that briefcase. It can happen at any point. And so maybe even if that happens at Fastlane, I don't know. I don't necessarily suspect, but I wouldn't be surprised. Whatever, at least an attempt. But this sets up for Carmella and Natalia versus Lynch and Naomi at Fastlane, and a match we've seen some variation of a million times. I'm not looking forward to that, but I will give this match an up just because of the quick pace it had, sort of going back and forth between the two, and because Becky Lynch picked up the victory, and that was nice. Don't have much more to say about that. Next, we have AJ Styles. He's out in the ring, and he's cutting this cutting this promo on John Cena, and how John Cena says he's going to walk out the 17th time world champion, and how he's going to go into WrestleMania as champion. But AJ Styles said that's not going to happen. Dolph Ziggler comes out and interrupts him. What? Um, Okay. And then he says that for one, he continues making this heel type comment about no longer being with the audience turning their back on him, yada yada yada. Just, it's way too scripted. Whatever. But I don't find it entertaining. It's not good. However, he does come off as believable when he says that he hasn't been used correctly. He has won the world title though, and then he won the U.S. title, but then dropped it to come out in number 30 in the Royal Rumble and lose that too. But whatever, who's paying attention to that? But anyway, so Dolph Ziggler just kind of goes back and forth with AJ Styles on that, and how Ziggler really needs to pick up this victory at Fastlane. But then he says, you know what, let's go ahead and have this match right now. Ziggler versus AJ Styles. And so the promo itself gets it down. And that's sad because I think the only time I've ever given Styles a down and not Styles himself, but something with Styles, is like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And every time before that, anything with AJ Styles has gotten an up. But this gets it down, not because of AJ Styles. He is fine, but this segment I felt like wasn't needed. Like you could have just had the match and been like, fine, AJ Styles. I mean, he's faced Baron Corbin, he's faced Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, John Cena. You could say that he's just going through his opponents and facing them one by one. You don't need this promo. I mean, it just nothing productive was done here. So, other than Styles' response to Cena being in the match and then Ziggler's response to Styles, but you didn't need the segment. It was unproductive, so it gets it down. The match itself was really good. However, it just seemed like they couldn't really get into the match all that much because at the end of this match, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out and started beating down on Styles and Ziggler, and that caused the double DQ or no contest, whatever, that sort of finish. And so the match does get an up though because it could be promising. The little bit that they did have against each other just seemed like they were going somewhere with it. I do believe there was a story to tell between the two in the ring. Maybe not much more like storyline wise, but I'll go ahead and give them the up and then move on. Instead of a tag team match, one would suspect, Shane McMahon comes out and actually gives away the former Fastlane main event for free on SmackDown. Dolph Ziggler versus AJ Styles versus Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in a fatal 5-way match. Why? Maybe they didn't have anything else to do. Although that we haven't seen the tag teams at all. None of the tag teams on this show, unless I missed something. Again, you can let me know that. But we haven't seen any of them. So what's up? We didn't see. Oh, we did see a women's match, I guess, but that was about it. And I mean, where's Nakamura? Where's Rusev? Where's Aiden English? Ah, it's frustrating. It's why would they do this? Because you're pretty much giving away what is now the Fastlane main event minus John Cena. But hey, whatever. Let's just go with it. They did it, so I can't change it. I can't go back and change it. I can't act like it didn't happen because it actually did. However, the decision to make this match simply because Owens and Zayn came out, it gets it down. The match itself was fantastic, and you have so much going on in this match. Though sometimes it is hard to see everything that's going on. However, because you do have so many people and you have so many things that you can do with these people, it keeps it keeps interest. And it held interest, and it held my interest. I enjoyed it. The ending came, and I forgot to say this earlier, but there was a segment where Zayn told Owens that if it came down to them as the final two, at if everyone was knocked out and it was just them at Fastlane, that Zayn would lay down for Owens because that's what he owes him. However, the ending came in this match whenever Owens was distracted. Zayn hit the haluva kick on Owens and pinned him for the 3 count, and Sami Zayn won the fatal 5-way match. What the heck? One has to wonder if that was Fastlane before Cena got added. Would Zayn now be the WWE champion? That whatever. So I like that they went this route because the match itself was good. I hope they didn't ruin too much for Fastlane. I hope they have more planned for Fastlane because John Cena is just one superhuman. So I mean he can only do everything. But they did quite a bit here, and so I'm excited. I'm not. I wouldn't say excited, but I'm interested to see what happens at Fastlane. However, it is really interesting, in my opinion, to see Sami Zayn play up this manipulative liar, like backstabbing heel to Kevin Owens, because he says one thing and then he does the opposite to Kevin Owens. So it's interesting to have Zayn have this depth in this character. I like it a lot, and so I have no problem with Zayn winning. I have no problem with the way the match went. So that all gets an up. And it seems that this SmackDown went back and forth between up and down and up and down. So, it was overall, a whatever kind of SmackDown. We'll see what Fastlane does to everything. I hope that it's rejuvenated after Fastlane. I hope that we're really headed into WrestleMania with some good storylines, some good build up to their matches. But I guess you'll have to stick around and see next week when we return for the Raw Rundown with Parker on Monday nights and me with the Smackdown Survey on Tuesday nights. To be sure you don't miss those things, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss anything that we upload. Also, hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. We really appreciate you watching and appreciate any comments you have. But for now, I guess I have nothing more to say about this SmackDown, so I will head out of here, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Peace.